get to the main point here, which is 197. And I guess I'll record this too so I can put it on the web page. So CNET 197 is internships and work experience, and so is 198. These classes have no meetings, no textbook, no quizzes. This orientation is the only thing resembling a meeting, and it's optional. What you have to do is get a job of some kind. It doesn't have to be a tech job. All you need is some kind of supervisor that will sign a form saying you worked a certain number of hours and did satisfactory work. And so there will be a job fair this semester. It has not been firmly scheduled, but I think it's about the 17th of next month. We will have some kind of job fair where our partners that our students often go will have some opportunities for you. Steve Nelson is the employment specialist at City College, and he is still setting it up. But I'll have it at the top of my webpage when it comes, and I'll email it to all the 197 students. And everybody's welcome, whether you're taking 197 or not, to come to this thing and try to get a job. If you get a job somewhere else, that's fine too. In general, our usual sources of jobs for students have been pretty slim pickings because of the pandemic. And so I don't know if there will be very many employers at the job fair or not. He's working on that. Anyway, so you have to find a job of some kind, and then you just have to fill out these 3 forms. There's one form you turn in before midterm, which just says that you found a job and you sign it. And then the training form is the one you turn in at the end that records how many hours you worked, and your supervisor signs it saying you did satisfactory work. And the college would also like you to get a memorandum of agreement signed by your supervisor, which just sort of says that they're going to provide you a reasonable work environment and not abuse you or something. So these 3 forms, if you turn them in, you get an A. If you don't turn in the forms, I'll give you an incomplete, so you have another whole semester to finish them, because one thing that happens to a lot of students is they sign up for the course, but then they can't find a job, and then they find a job later, so they're making progress, but they aren't finished by the time finals come around. Is it possible to add later? If you can add, but the add period is ending in about a week, I think. Let me get the exact date. CCSF calendar. Now you can try to do a late add after that, and I think they'll approve it, but I'm never sure. They keep changing the rules about those, and I don't make that decision. It's done by the dean. So the last day to add is Friday the 4th, which is a week from today, I think. So if you want to add without having to do a late add, you have to do it in the next week. Now, another thing you can do, since I'm always the teacher for 197, 198, I can tell you this. You could get a job now, fill out the forms, and turn them in next semester and add this class next semester to get credit for it. Just like, as I said, you could take the class now, not get a job later, and turn in the form later. The period of the incomplete will go until the end of the next semester. So, I don't care if the timing is off somewhat, as long as you have some kind of job. And here's somebody with a job. Oh, NC Inc. Let's see. N Clinic. This is NCL. Well, what is it? The leader in AI for the U.S. government. These guys are hiring? Well, I don't know anything about it, but a student in the chat said that these guys are hiring. Check it out, I guess. AI company. It's not immediately obvious what the requirements are to get this job. But anyway, yeah. Are there any questions? That's really all I planned on telling you. There's also a requirement for hours. If you get a unpaid job, it's 60 hours for 197 and 120 hours for 198 total. And if it's paid, then you have to work a little more hours, 75 or 150. Oh, it's in Virginia? Oh, okay. Well, then I don't know what the deal is with that. Okay. Anyway, so that's how many hours you have to work. So someone said they have a full-time job. If you have a full-time job, you can complete 60 hours in, a week and a half. So that's fine. NCC is hiring too. Yes, I know they are. And they often come to the job fair. And that's very good if you can do it. But you have to be very skilled. NCC Group will expects you to be very technically skilled. I've had several of our students have gone there, but usually after doing most of our security classes to get ready for it. Yeah, I work for that company, but it's all online. Oh, good. So they'll hire you, even though it's in Virginia. Yeah. So what kind of requirements do you need to get that job, a new trade, Joe? Because it wasn't obvious on that page. Well, I think I'll stop this recording. I've got all the facts there about the class.